Novocaine, starring Jack Quaid, who plays Nathan Kane, who feels no pain. Hey, I'll stop rhyming. What is this, Dr. Seuss? Get out of here. Anyways, Nathan Kane's just an everyday banker who happens to have this nervous disorder where he cannot feel no pain ever. Even when he picks up a shawty, she's like, can you feel anything? Can you even feel pleasure? And he's like, I'm definitely feeling something there. But then a bank robbery full of Santas happen, and they take hostages and they kill people. So you know what it is? It's up to the guy who has the nervous disorder to save the day. Especially since they took his girl. And yeah, I'm gonna have to spring you to some action, even though I'm not John Wick, just a banker. Alright, but getting into the movie, honestly, Jack Quaid's performance, he still plays that wimpy guy. We've seen it in The Boys when he plays Huey. He has that wimpy dude persona who's like always in over his head in these big situations. He's been playing that for years now. And this movie, it hasn't shined any brighter than it does in here. Because my golly, this dude is just asking these bad guys. He hits them with like a bag of flour and he's like, oh, you don't have a gluten problem, do you? Like, why the hell would you care? They're trying to kill you. They've killed your boss. Dude, you're supposed to take them down. You're supposed to go save your girl. Why do you care if they're in pain? There's a team of 3 Santas who were robbing that bank, and he has to take out one by one in these different action scene scenarios. Some were actually pretty funny, because this is an action comedy after all. It has to, like, do something a little bit in the comedy department. You'll get a laugh or two, mostly a series of chuckles. This movie is also paced well. I did appreciate that. The makeup team did do a good job of showing all the Novocaine's injuries throughout the whole movie, because there's like some scenarios where he gets like these nasty ass, gross, edgy injuries, and you have to really show it off for the camera. I'll say the cast does do a good job. Jack Quaid, Amber Mid-Thunder, Jacob Batalon, and but they don't get pushed. It's like they're playing their roles super safe. Like the people who made this movie were like, oh, we saw Jack Quaid in The Boys. He plays Huey. Let's just make this guy Huey, but he can't feel pain. And for someone who can't feel pain, I'm calling straight up bullshit on that, because there is so many scenarios where this guy is like so disrupted by pain. He's like closing his eyes, blinking hard when he gets thrown to the ground. He's getting punched. He's getting freaking stabbed, and he's like trying to shrug it off. He can't get up because he's knocked out. I'm like, if you can't feel pain, shouldn't that mean your durability should be off the charts? But this is not really the movie explains it's not really a superpower. It's actually just a nervous disorder. It's just very frustrating to see this nervous disorder dude go up against these John Wick style scenarios, because he's not skilled. He can't fight, and even what they do in the scenes to like make it, he just evades everything. He's evading. He's talking to these guys. He's like, use your words, do not hit me, please do not do that. I'm like, dude, can you just, what are we doing here? Super duper frustrating when he's fighting all 3 of the guys, especially the final guy. That's when it gets mostly super frustrating. It's like, dude, you should have been done, shot this guy in the head, and all 3 of these guys off rip. Like, come on, what is taking you so long? The characters in the movie are all idiots. They take 3 years just to do the simplest of instructions. Like, you would think a no-brainer. Shoot these guys, tackle these guys, like, try to get away from these guys or something. Like, it's weird. And where this movie ends off, it's like, was all that worth it, Nathan Kane? Did you really need to do all that? Because it seemed like your life wouldn't have changed either way. I think if they just made this guy, it's already wacky enough he can't feel pain. Just give him intense durability too. Yeah, that may make him a bit broken, but like, come on. If he's in these action scene scenarios, it could have helped a lot. And it could have been more easier to watch too. Not just frustrating, bumbling buffoon, just going around and just trying to talk these bad guys out of killing him. One last positive is that they moved the camera. The camera work and all the action scenes are actually pretty well done. I did like that, and I did have some enjoyment when you're watching this guy evade and trying to talk these guys out of the situation. In the end, guys, Novocaine was just so disappointing. I wanted this to be so much better. I thought it was going to be funnier based off the trailer, but the funniest scene is when the guy is like trying to torture him, and he's like, oh, I'm feeling so much pain, and he's trying to fake it. That's the only funny thing in the movie I had a good laugh at. All right, let's rate it up. Novocaine gets a D.